Alright, welcome back to another one. On this episode, we're going to look at linking balls to the black. So, not just potting some random balls and then hopefully landing on the black, we're going to decide how we're going to land on the black before we actually get there. So, first things first, we have a layout like this, and look, most of the time there's always different ways we can go about potting these balls. You can pot that one in there. Those balls go up there, that one goes in there, but how can we pot these particular balls and land nicely on the black? So here we have the table layout. So straight away, by walking around the table, we can see that this ball's on, that ball's on, that ball's on, and this red is also on. They're all actually on quite easily, but how do we land on the black quite nicely? So pretty much I find a lot of people actually, when they have balls near the center pocket like this, they always try and land on these balls that are close to the center pocket for the center pocket. But in this case, we're actually going to roll this ball in here, and that will leave us on this ball here. So then we can come around, and then we can roll this ball in. And by rolling this ball in, we'll leave the white ball somewhere along here, leaving this ball for that pocket up there. It might seem a little bit crazy, but the reason for that is by knocking that ball in straight up the top there and leaving the white ball where that red is, it leaves us beautifully on this as a last ball to get to here for the black. So here we go. So let's start off with this ball and make sure I'm nice and straight for this one. Before I get down and hit this ball, I'm going to walk around and make sure that I know where I want to be. So I know by stunning that red in, I'm going to be nicely on this ball. And again, just double check your work, walk around. So if I try to pot this ball and screw back to try and land on this red, I actually have to land on a 5-cent piece to be able to roll that one in and roll that one in and land on the black. And this is where a lot of people become undone, and they find themselves having to whiz around the table to actually land back on the black, or they're finding themselves in trouble and they've actually got to double the black, or they're going to have a long black and good chance of missing the pot. So by playing it this way, you can see how everything just links. So you can see how everything just links really nicely. So next time you're in a frame, remember, if a ball is close to this pocket, it doesn't mean, or any pocket really, even that one, even this one, it doesn't mean that they have to go into this pocket. If you land nicely here, you land nicely here, here, it can make mapping the out a hell of a lot easier. Here is another example of an out we have here. Now, with where the white is here and the black ball, that double is on, that ball's on, and also this ball is on. And if we're trying to map out these yellows and land nicely on the black, most people, in a way, because they're either close to this one or this one, they will take these ones first and sort of mop up this one, mop up that one, or vice versa, and then they'll come down the table and they might even leave this one for their last ball to run that down. But the issue here is, if they land dodgy on this ball, they're going to have to force that one in down the rail quite hard, and therefore not landing nicely on the black or missing the pot. So how can we go about this out and make it easier and sort of guarantee ourselves a really good chance at landing on that black quite nicely? So we, in a way, start from the black ball. What links nicely to the black ball? If I pop this one last, that one links me very nicely to the black ball. How do I get onto this one? Well, this one links very nicely to this ball. And how do I get onto that one? Well, that one actually links very nicely to that one. All right, so now I know that one links to that one links to that one, and that one links to the black. So you can quickly work these things out in your head. And then now all I have to do is work out how do I pot the rest of these balls and actually try and land on that one. Because I know if I land on that one nicely, it links to that one, and then that links to that one, and then that one links to the easy black. So I can say to myself, okay, I can roll this one in, I can land somewhere around about here, I can pot this one, and then I'm on that ball, which then creates the very big link into an easy black. So again, I'll quickly show you. So again, you can see, you can take that one, but as we said, we're going to leave it. We're going to roll in this one, and I would say pretty much somewhere just past where that yellow is now, then we can knock that one in. And we want to make sure that we have a little bit of angle, so we actually want to come closer to this line. So when we pot this ball, we want to try and end up somewhere along the bulk line so we can roll that yellow in, and that links nicely to this yellow. And then as you can see, it links beautifully to that yellow. And as soon as we knock that yellow in, you can see how we're going to be on a very simple black with no problems, no hitting balls hard. Let's do it. First one, double check. Might just run through a little bit. And again, like I said, we want to be closer to that line. Close to that line. Now, as we said before, these are going to link very nicely. And you can see how now with my last ball, I'm not having to punch it down the rail or do anything like that. I'm literally just rolling them all in. And then we have a simple black. Alright, here's another one. So again, this ball's on, that ball's on, that ball's on, and that ball's on. So how do we work out how we're going to land on this black nicely? Now you can actually play for a double as well if you want to, but in this exercise we're going to stick with trying to land on the black. So we can pot this one, you can pot this one. If we come across here, the issue here is I actually have to land very nicely on this ball to roll it through to land on that one, to then to roll that one in, or then play a double, and can get very confusing and a good chance to miss a ball and then miss the out and lose the frame. So sometimes, again, going back to what we said before, working back from the black, what links very nicely to that black is that red. All right, so we now know that that red, we'd love to leave it to last. Can we actually do that? Yes, we can. So this one here, if I get rid of this one actually links very nicely to that ball, okay? So now I know that I want this one second last, this one last. So how do I clear up these two up here and then land nicely on this? I can knock this one in and stun across and then play that one up there. Or I'm actually on this one right now. And remember what we said about when we have a ball on a rail, if we have a linking ball next to it. This ball is our linking ball from that one. So if I were to knock this one in first, it may be a bit of a harder shot, but if I take the slightly harder shot on first, it can literally unravel a hole out and make it very, very simple. So again, you can see, if we take on that red, that links very nicely to that red into that pocket, and then coming back to this ball, which we then can roll in. And then once we've rolled that in, we are very nicely on our last ball, which links beautifully to the black. So all you got to do is find the links. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's easy, but the more and more you try, the better you'll get. Work your way backwards from the black. All right, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Again, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying what I'm putting up, and I will see you on the next one.